Good morning. This is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, September 4th, 2025. Potential impacts for the next couple of days are shown here. We're looking for another really hot day across the north today before things start to slowly come back to normal. Otherwise, we have some moisture continuing to move into the Great Basin from the southwest. So today, storms over Nevada and into southern Utah and the Arizona Strip. Tomorrow, we'll see a little bit of drying start to move into western Nevada with those storms shifting further eastward into southern Utah and maybe a few storms further north. And then on Saturday, more moisture moves further east into Utah and up into southern and central Idaho. The past 24 hours were pretty quiet. We did have a few clusters of storms move into east central Nevada and down into the mountains of southern Utah. There was not a whole lot of precip associated with these storms. Initial attack activity for the last 24 hours was fairly light. We had 4 new fires for 41 acres and 3 acres of large fire growth on our ongoing incidents. Observed precipitation for the past 5 days is shown here, just kind of showing that general drying trend that we've been under for the last week or so with the high pressure ridge in place overhead. ERCs have also been on the uptick across much of the area with the drier air moving in, but with the recent monsoonal surge, these ERCs are having to come back from quite a low position. So still many sites below the 50th percentile, but further north where the heating has been a little more intense, those values are up closer to the 70th and 80th percentiles. A closer look at these trends here over the Payette, we can see those values should be peaking over the next couple of days, today, tomorrow, before taking a pretty decent decrease again with some cooler temperatures and precipitation moving into the area. And then over northwest Nevada, those values are going to stabilize a little bit over the next week. Smoke impacts are shown here for today and tomorrow. There's a lot of smoke coming out of the Pacific Northwest, and that's moving into mainly Idaho. Some smoke from California is moving into western Nevada as well, and we'll see those impacts continue for the next couple of days until the weather pattern changes. This morning's satellite imagery shows that high pressure ridge extending across the interior west up into British Columbia. That's what's keeping things really hot over the Pacific Northwest. And then we have this little low moving through, helping to draw that moisture up through the central portions of the Great Basin. Again, for today, we can see that band of moisture in place across the central Great Basin for another round of some isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms. No high risk today. And then a little bit of a closer look at where we're expecting those showers and thunderstorms to develop. Better chance for some wetter storms over the mountains of central and southern Utah, some isolated storms over northeast Nevada. Temperatures are still hot again today with highs near Boise in the upper 90s. A little closer to normal for the time of year over Nevada and Utah. Wind gusts for this afternoon are mostly going to be largely associated with the storms that develop in Utah with those gusty outflows. However, over western Wyoming, we could see some stronger north to northwest winds affecting our fires up there. Minimum relative humidities are starting to come up over Utah, especially over the southern Utah mountains and the Arizona Strip, where we see a little bit more moisture there today. And minimum RHs are going to be in the mid to upper teens across much of Idaho and Wyoming. For tomorrow, we've still got that moisture in place over Nevada and down into southern Utah for another round of showers and thunderstorms with generally drier conditions further north. So again, tomorrow we'll see some storms over central Nevada, down into southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip. There's some potential for some flash flood in some of these more prone areas in southern Utah to watch out for. Otherwise, staying generally dry across the north, maybe an isolated storm here or there in the central Idaho mountains. Afternoon wind gusts should be on the lighter side across the area, except where we have gusty outflows from those thunderstorms. Maybe some breezy winds along the Sierra front as well. On Saturday, some drier air really starting to move back into western Nevada, and we'll see that moisture pushing a little bit further eastward into Utah. So again, on Saturday, some of that moisture will make its way up into Idaho as well for some scattered showers, especially over the central Idaho mountains and across the higher elevations there of southern Idaho, and a better chance for some showers producing, or some storms that'll produce some showers over northeast Utah. The Arizona Strip still stays wet with those thunderstorms, and then again drier air moving back into Nevada. Minimum relative humidities drop down into the teens across western Nevada with higher relative humidities elsewhere, including over central Idaho and into western Wyoming. The 3-day precip totals are shown here. We have precip over Utah, the best chance for some measurable precipitation or 1/2 to an inch of rain possible over southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip. Some lighter amounts further north in the Uintas, and then even lighter over Nevada and up into Idaho. And this takes us through Sunday morning. As we head into Sunday, again, drier air pushing into Utah and Nevada by later in the day, with some continued showers over the north. No high risk. On Monday, we'll start to see a series of troughs moving into the Pacific Northwest. This is going to bring some drier air and some breezy winds into portions of Utah and Nevada as we head into the first couple of days of next week, but some relief coming to the north with showers and cooler temperatures up there. We'll continue to see some of that trough moving inland over Northern California beginning on Tuesday, again with some gusty winds moving into Utah. I'm not too worried about these conditions with the recent precip we've had down there, but something to be aware of as we head into the first of next week. We do have some of our PSAs in Utah moving back into that yellow category. And then the winds look to continue as well on Wednesday. Okay, so early week wind gusts here again, just seeing a return of some southwest winds, which we haven't seen for a little while with the ridge in place. So gusty winds picking up over southern and eastern Nevada on Sunday, kind of shifting a little bit eastward into western Utah on Monday, and then staying breezy across eastern Nevada and southwest and western Utah on Tuesday. So this is still a few days out, but definitely expecting an increase in winds early next week across the central Great Basin. Then the 7-day precip totals are shown here. Most of the stuff coming to Utah is going to be in the shorter term, and then the precip coming to Idaho, this better precipitation is going to be coming in that Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe with that low moving inland. So good news for the Pacific Northwest with some decent precip moving into that area. The extended forecast for September 11th through the 17th puts near normal temperatures generally across the Great Basin, with above normal chances for precipitation continuing across the north. That concludes today's briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest update.